Hey, what's up? Got another gig log here. This time, again, back at the barn at White Farm. This is my first time in the new room, though, the Winthrop Room. Normally, the barn is the main room, the barn at White Farm, but there's a couple other buildings right on the campus, including the Alpheus Room, which is where the ceremony is held, and then the Winthrop Room, which is actually off of the Alpheus Room. So now with the Alpheus Room being the only ceremony room for both venues, or for both buildings, there's a real tight load in, load out time. You know, we got about a half hour to wrap up one ceremony and kick off the next ceremony. So it is, you know, it's pretty tight. So as I'm getting set up in the other room, in the Winthrop Room, you know, getting my main setup, this guy comes in, the DJ who was doing the wedding, whose ceremony was right before ours. And he comes in, he's like, hey man, you know, do you want me to just leave my stuff set up so you can just plug in or whatever? He's like, are you using Serato? I said, no, you know, virtual DJ. He's like, my thing's set up for Serato. It might be okay. You know, he's I could tell he's like, I want to make it easy on you, but I could tell he wants to make it easy on himself. He doesn't want to have to rush and get all this stuff gone. And so I walk over to go check out his stuff, man, and he's got just this enormous setup taking up the whole corner of the room. Man, I wish I took a picture, and I'm so sorry that I didn't. Just, you've seen how clean and small my setup looks, and that room gets tight. The bigger the weddings, I mean, that's a very small room, and they get it tight for some ceremonies. Never would have been able to fit his system in there. Anyway, he's got this giant old school QSC K12 speaker on a stand. And it has that old carpety feel on it, but the whole bottom is like rubbed off and it looks like there was water damage, everything. It looks like crap, right? It's on this giant stand, you know, that just kicks out and it's taking up all this room. He's got a full 4-foot table and he has this giant, I don't know what it was, a Pioneer, I don't know, it's one of the old ones, but it's freaking enormous, and the case it was in was enormous. I thought my DDJ 1000 was big, but this thing, huge, absolutely huge, way overkill for a ceremony, man. You don't need this much equipment. You know, so I was like, dude, I really, you know, I don't think I want to use your stuff. Mine's pretty slim and trim, it works great, you know, whatever. Of course, you've seen my ceremony system before. Bose L1 Compact, Sennheiser G4 Lav, and Virtual DJ. And he didn't even have a lav mic. All he had was a handheld. So just it wasn't gonna work for me, and I didn't want it. It just didn't look very good. I don't mean to be talking shit here on this guy. I'm sure he's a nice guy. I'm sure he's a great DJ, but it's just a ceremony system too much. Again, I wish I took a picture of it. So anyway, I told him I would help him load it out when it was time because I could get mine set up nice and quick. And it took him a bunch of trips loading it out. I mean, I did the best I could to kind of help him. But so anyway, so that was that. And then the photographer that I had, I don't mean to be talking shit about vendors here. You know, I mean, we're all trying to do our jobs and do the best we can. But so this girl, she kept saying, you know, she's saying, oh, I don't know what to do. Oh, I hate dancing pictures. You know, during cocktail hour, she's like, oh, so now I'm just bored for the next hour until we eat. It's like, no, take some pictures, you know? And she only had one camera, which is fine. You know, I mean, I don't judge people on the amount of equipment they have unless they have too much equipment, and I'll judge you like that other DJ. But anyway, with the photographers, it's fine to have one camera. If your camera can do it all, it can do it all. What do I know? I don't know anything. I'm just used to seeing photographers with multiple cameras, multiple lenses, and, you know, and lights, and a second photographer, and she didn't have any of this stuff. And that's fine. I know a lot of this stuff is extra. You know, sometimes I come with lights, sometimes I don't. So I understand that there's more to it as far as, you know, what they ordered. But beyond that, she didn't seem to be in the right spot at any time. For the ceremony, she was in, at best, the second shooter spot. But the main shooter spot, she never seemed to be there. And again, what do I know about photography? I don't know anything, but I do a lot of these weddings and I see a lot of wedding photographers do their job. And she just never seemed to be in the right place at the right time. And on top of that, I saw her, she had to ask the venue for AA batteries. She didn't have any batteries, and it was like right at the beginning of the night, and she needed to change her batteries, and she didn't have any. I guess she said she brought AAA or something like that. Really? I mean, I don't know. I don't mean to be talking shit, but anyway, that was what I had to deal with. The party itself was nice, really nice couple, great group. The mother of the bride was feeling pretty good. Early on, like before the ceremony, she was already feeling good, so she ended up feeling real good by the end of the night. So about an hour into dancing, there had been a request that came in earlier for Let's Get Married, Jagged Edge, the Run DMC version. There's similar music, so I figured, oh yeah, you know, this one will work, and wait till I get to sort of a set of it. And so the dance floor was kind of in and out all night. It wasn't a huge wedding either. So I ended up finding a good spot to put in Let's Get Married. And it really didn't go over very good. The guy who requested it wasn't dancing. I mean, it really wasn't working. And I was looking for a song to mix out of anyway. So I could see that the mother of the bride was standing near me. And she was kind of like, looked like she wanted to talk to me, you know. So I would, you know, I would turn to her and she'd turn away. And then a minute later, she sends her friend over to me. She's like, hey, the mother of the bride wants you to play some music people can dance to. She said that she wants 40 people on the dance floor and not 4. Like I don't too, man. I mean, come on. I'm doing the best I can. I'm like, yep, I gotcha. Yeah, I gotcha. So I forget what I threw on next, but I found something good and I hit it. And it was a good one. And everybody, yeah, you know, and they all rush. And the other lady's like, good. That's what I'm talking about. It's like, oh yeah, well, thank you. I'm glad you intervened and saved this party from what I was about to ruin. You know, I mean, these people drive me crazy. Anyway, overall, it was a pretty good night. Nothing too crazy happened, but it was a fun time. And then at the end, that was the other thing. Oh, so they gave me like nothing to work off of. They gave me a first dance and they gave me 2 songs to not play, which were Don't Stop Believin' and Sweet Caroline. So Don't Stop Believin' I play, a lot. And Sweet Caroline, I kind of play a lot too, especially in this market, go Red Sox. Yeah, I mean, they gave me really nothing to go with, which is fine. I mean, I obviously can run with it. So I ran with it, and like I said, it was in and out. But at the end of the night, they had so many compliments. All ages, all groups, they were coming up to me left and right, talking about how great everything was. And again, that goes to show you that, just because the dance floor isn't packed doesn't mean people aren't enjoying themselves and really digging the party and the music. But we as DJs, obviously, we feel validated by seeing that packed dance floor, and that's actually, and that's what we're shooting for, obviously. Man, these people loved it. They had such a great time, so ended up being a really good one. Thanks for watching. I'll have another one up from the night after as soon as I can. But thanks for watching. Until next time, peace.